Astros for a third time. Shut the hell up.
Y'all cheated, and we're going to call you on it every chance that we get.
How could the GM not know? Come on. Investigation. Give me a break.
That's not playing the game the right way, said former Astros pitcher Mike Fiers to The Athletic about how the team stole signs in 2017 during home games in real time with the aid of a camera positioned in the outfield. So Bomani, is this a form of cheating that you care about?
Yeah, in a way. I don't mean care is such a tricky word, but look, signs are necessitated just by what the game is. People need to know what's going on, and they don't have time to run back and forth, so we appreciate that you got to have some level of signal. You got to respect the game on some level, and the level that is the level of disrespect that's going too far is employing technology in doing this. It also doesn't help that this seemingly crooked operation is the one that's caught up in this.
It's as egregious as it gets. There's no excuse for it whatsoever. You cheated, and in the end, let me tell you something right now. Baseball, with their pathetic, two-faced, sanctimonious selves. This is the same league that has banned Pete Rose for life. Now, Pete Rose, say what you want about him as a manager who bet on games. There has never been any evidence, Max, correct me if I'm wrong, there has never been any evidence that Charlie Hustle, the greatest nickname in the history of sports, because you're a star for hustling. Charlie Hustle was his name. There has never been any evidence that he did anything wrong as a player. You want to disavow any knowledge of what he did in his illustrious playing career because he violated a rule, the cardinal rule of baseball. But you're going to allow a team to steal a title?
Let me ask you this.
With signs?
Well, Pete Rose should obviously be in the Hall of Fame.
Is this going to be enough to deter players from cheating moving forward? Because they didn't get punished.
Baseball players will always cheat, and the old expression is if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But there's a difference, Molly. If you're cheating, like cheating, stealing signs, you know what? Hide your signs better, all that stuff. When you introduce technology at your home
That's
park
what they did.
that only you have access to,
That's
and
right.
there's no way for the other team to defend against, that is the next level of cheating. And Stephen A., while I don't think they should vacate the championship, you make a hell of a case for it.
How does it make you think?
Well, first and foremost, the owner should have had them apologize initially, not after the fact, because now it's not going to be genuine because he's forcing them to apologize. That's number one. Number two, I don't respect liars or cheaters. As somebody that tried to compete at a high level for a very long time, if I felt like somebody was purposely doing something to gain an advantage or taking a supplement or taking a steroid, to me, they should not be in the Hall of Fame. So I agree with the fact that Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens didn't get voted in.
You were an NBA champion.
Yes.
Do you believe that the championship the Astros won in 2017?
You don't even have to. Yes. It should be gone. To me, I think both of those championships. And look, our guy Jalen Rose right here doesn't have 2 Final Four banners up because they were accused of doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing, right? They weren't cheating the game. They were accused of taking a little bit of money or something was going on. Those banners up there because anytime you walk into an arena or a stadium, those banners mean something. There is a part of the lore. So when you take those away, you're saying like, hey, you cheated the game to a space where I don't think they should be had.
I have to get this in because the owner kind of frustrated me and they're like coming out saying that the players should do this. Like you're saying all this, like isn't it the owner's responsibility? You don't have to wait for MLB to do it. You can go out if you want everybody to be culpable and show so much responsibility. Then take whatever revenue that you earned during that process and donate it to charity. Come take your banners, go take your banners down and give your trophy back. But don't get on your high horse telling other people they need to apologize.
They're not going to give revenue back. This is a business.
They were fined millions of dollars and
cheating has been happening in this business of baseball since the beginning of time, correct?
Yes.
Like, from Babe Ruth, right? So all I'm saying is I think the banner should be taken away. I think that is a really big thing. If they thought what Jay Rose and these guys did were egregious, the fact that you're sign stealing, you know what pitch is coming to you, like that's insane to me.
Absolutely. Listen, I think that should be a harsh penalty on the organization and not just so much as you're taking draft picks away or you're fining them. The championship should be gone. Now, that means nobody wins the championship, so it should be a black eye for baseball as well. Because if this is something that is a part of your game and this team went even above and beyond that to be called out in this way, it looks bad on the whole organization.
The problem, though, is they don't want to take the championship away because the speculation is lots of people are doing it, and that's why they have that gag order essentially on the whole league.
But even then, we've seen pitchers say, I'd rather go against a guy that was juicing than a guy that knows what pitch is coming.
And Domonique, it wasn't an isolated incident because 3 managers got fired this offseason. Cora won the championship also with the Red Sox in his first year, and Beltran got fired from the Mets. So that ain't isolated. That's 3 different teams.
No, but it all stems from the same
And
spot.
the other piece of it is this too. The owner, you come out and apologize.
Yeah,
because
don't
this
be
was
telling me
something
what
that
I
your
gotta
entire team was a part of.
Yes.
And you can't just tell the players, okay, now I'll say you're wrong. Who's the player that's going to stand up in the dugout and say, listen, when you know that the fastball is coming, I don't want you to beat on the garbage can for me. No, this is the way this team went about winning. They don't owe anyone an apology. It's time to go play baseball.
And I guess a final thought is, when the players involved, Jose Altuve is trending in this direction. Carlos Beltran is going to be a Hall of Fame nominee at some point relatively soon.
Won't get in.
You believe they should not get in? You would not vote for them in the same way you
Beltran is
don't?
borderline anyway. He's not getting in for
Okay,
sure.
fair enough. But if he was a slam dunk Hall of Fame.
Or like Altuve is
should this
trending
keep
in
him
that
out?
direction,
Correct.
this is going to keep him out
Keep
as well.
him out. So in the same way that the steroids have kept the guys out, this should keep
Absolutely.
them out. Look, the ramifications of this thing are only just beginning.
Is Major League Baseball coming down too hard on the Astros?
Okay, you do not see penalties like this come down. Short of taking away someone's team, franchises, organizations do not get punished the way the Astros are being punished for what I imagine is a bit of a lifetime body of work on cheating, given that this isn't the first time that they found themselves in this situation. So you got the general manager gone, the manager gone, the $5 million penalty maximum allowed, and a loss of a lot of high draft picks. And what I would say to you guys is, this is a league trying to make a statement about we will not allow this. And the last time I saw something like this, it was the overreaction of Bountygate, when something that we all knew to be common throughout the sport was punished so severely that the entire employee base turned on a commissioner who was interested in over-punishing, because everyone loves over-punishing. This is good for Manfred and very few others.
To me, this is an interesting one, because you have to figure out how high the incentives are for victory, which is very high for the Astros. The amount of money that came in, the amount of prestige that comes in, what it means for them going forward. I mean, it is a very severe punishment, but that's the kind of punishment you need in order to deter future teams from doing this. And Dan, you could say that this is just everybody sign steals, but when it becomes technology, when it becomes using things that are very clearly banned, and it's not just trying to get an edge by being able to see those signs, I think they do need to nip it in the bud with a very severe penalty, which this is.
What reaction are you hearing around the sport to what Big Papi said?
You know, Greeny, a lot of people actually agree with David Ortiz.
When you hear Big Papi say, I'm mad at Mike Fiers because he didn't do anything when he was there and it was benefiting him. Now he's no longer there, and now he's coming out and talking, so he's a snitch. Big Swagoo, what do you say? Sorry, Swagoo, what's that?
He's a snitch. Yeah. If he didn't say anything while was going on, look, listen, the silence in the moment is worse. Like you go throughout the annals of history, the silence in the moment when things are happening, when you can get rid of some of the stuff that will happen as a result of what's going on, is the worst. Now you got to find out, like, and Jose Canseco is right. And Jeff is right. The truth is never wrong. It's never a bad time to tell the truth when somebody asks you. Right? Yeah. But when he goes and offers that information, it's either based in bitterness, because you were there, right? And you knew no matter if you were on another team or if you were in Houston, when you came out with this, you were going to be highly scrutinized by players in the league. Exactly. This is, I tell you about code all the time, right? In leagues. It's ultimate sin.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.